Deontay Wilder beats Derek Chisora in an absolutely crazy slugfest. That is one of the most non-technical fights you would ever see in the ring. That was basically two drunk uncles getting in a fight at a bar and swinging for the fences. That is all we saw. Derek Chisora came into this fight because it was his last fight of his career. Deontay Wilder, on the other hand, came into this fight because he had something to prove. And what we got was two fighters that we can say for sure are definitely out of their prime. Deontay Wilder is off of it. Deontay Wilder hasn't got the snap anymore on his punches, and Derek Chisora hasn't got it anymore. No technical abilities, just swinging and swinging for the fences. And that is what we saw. Look, the judges gave the fight to Deontay Wilder because I thought they felt that Deontay Wilder landed the much cleaner shot. I thought that Derek Chisora had won this fight, and I gave the fight to Derek Chisora. And actually, I must admit, my scorecard was very wide. However, I thought Derek Chisora did the much better work in terms of closer and really getting to the target and hitting Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder did land some really good shots, but it was really on the back foot, looking to survive, and didn't really have the conviction behind his shots, and he didn't really believe in his shot because he landed some shots, don't get me wrong, Deontay Wilder, but they were not having the intended effect that he wanted them to have on Derek Chisora. Whilst every time that Derek Chisora landed on Deontay Wilder, those shots had effect on Deontay Wilder. It was a crazy fight. It was an absolutely crazy fight because Derek Chisora was knocked through the ropes on two occasions. Deontay Wilder was knocked down, and that was counted as a knockdown. And Deontay Wilder complained that that wasn't a knockdown, but if you look at it, that was a knockdown. And credit to the referee, he counted that as a knockdown. But from round 1 to round 12 was basically two fighters swinging for the fences. Derek Chisora's, game plan has always been the same, and that is put pressure, throw the overhand right, and look to land something. Deontay Wilder, on the other hand, was fighting on the back foot, was using his jab, but he wasn't really using the jab to hurt Derek Chisora. He was only using the jab to find range and then throw the right hand behind that. And that was basically the theme of the fight all night. Derek Chisora looking to land an overhand right because, he's using the jab, Derek Chisora, really good to hurt Deontay Wilder and then throw the overhand right on top. Deontay Wilder, on the other hand, is using the jab to find range and then throw the right hand. And that's all we saw. It wasn't no great footwork. It wasn't no, setting traps in the middle of the ring and then landing a big right hand. It wasn't no, slipping to the right and landing. This was just two drunk uncles in a bar, throwing their hands and basically looking to knock each other out. At some point in that fight, Derek Chisora, for that matter, dragged Deontay Wilder on the canvas. Both of them got on the canvas and they were both seemingly just agitated by the way they were fighting. This was not the cleanest fight you would ever see, but I must be honest, it was quite entertaining because if you came for entertainment, which was what this fight promised, because let's be honest, going into this fight, we knew that both fighters were way over their prime, and therefore we knew that it was going to be a slugfest. We knew that it was going to be a war of attrition. We knew that it was going to be who wants to fight the most, and clearly it looked like Derek Chisora wanted it the most because he felt that it was his time to retire. And I thought that Derek Chisora did the much better work in that fight to win the fight. But of course, the judges gave it to Deontay Wilder. And that is okay because it was a very messy fight anyway. So it was really difficult for anyone to score that fight. But for Derek Chisora, this is it, guys. This is it. Derek Chisora is done. He's finished. It's over. Because that performance in that ring cannot be against any good fighter in the heavyweight division. Deontay Wilder, we'll come to him in a second, but Derek Chisora, I think this is it. There is no need putting Derek Chisora in there with any other fighter in the heavyweight division because he's going to get seriously hurt. In this fight, he didn't look like himself. Of course, he's 42 and he's taking a lot of punishment in his career. So Derek Chisora didn't look like the Derek Chisora that you knew a few years ago. And it is clear that Derek Chisora needs to call it quit. Do something else after boxing, enjoy your life, enjoy the money that he's made because this wasn't a good showing for Derek Chisora. For Deontay Wilder, he still feels that he's got something to prove in the heavyweight division. And after the fight, in his post-fight interview, Deontay Wilder said that he's back. and he wants to go on to become a heavyweight champion of the world. So although this is somehow a good win for Deontay Wilder, the truth is, and from what I have seen from this fight, Deontay Wilder does not look good. And Deontay Wilder against any good fighter in the heavyweight division right now, I think Deontay Wilder gets knocked out cold. Because Deontay Wilder found it really difficult to knock Derek Chisora out. And Chisora was begging to be knocked out. Chisora was coming forward with his hands low, with his head low, and Chisora was not looking good. And Deontay Wilder was not able to land that big right hand that we know he can land and knock Derek Chisora out. What we saw was Deontay Wilder throwing big shots, but there was no snap, there was no power on those shots. And I think that is a problem, because that is the only thing that is dangerous about Deontay Wilder. If he loses that power, which seemingly is not there, Deontay Wilder is in serious trouble. So what does Deontay Wilder do next? Well, he's not going to retire. So I think put Deontay Wilder in there with Anthony Joshua. I think that's it. Deontay Wilder looks like he's gained some confidence from beating Derek Chisora. Fair enough. Anthony Joshua is coming off, an accident, and he's going to have his stay busy fight to see where he's at. If Joshua comes through that and Tyson Fury fight is not ready for the end of this year, put Anthony Joshua in there with Deontay Wilder, because both fighters are coming to the end of their careers, and I think that will be a very entertaining fight for both fighters. So look, for me, Deontay Wilder, I don't think he should be in there with any top 10, top 15 fighter, except for Anthony Joshua at this stage of his career, because that is the only fight that makes the most money. That is the only fight that makes the most sense for boxing fans to follow and to want to watch. So I think Deontay Wilder needs to look at things that way. But guys, get in the comment section and let me know what you think about Deontay Wilder beating Derek Chisora in an absolutely crazy slugfest, in a fight that looked like a bar fight against two drunk uncles looking to hit each other and looking to take each other out. Get in the comment section and let me know what you think about it. And for Derek Chisora, he said that he's retiring, and we know that Derek Chisora might want to come back from retirement because he loves boxing so much. So what do you think about that? And for Deontay Wilder, do you think he should retire? And if not, what do you think, or who do you think Deontay Wilder should fight next? Get in the comment section and let me know.